Alright guys, this is my Allpowers R4000 that is currently faulting. It has voice control. If you know anything about these or know how I can get my hands on some updated software to push an software update to it, that would be super cool if you could hit me up and let me know. It appears to be software bricked in the way that none of the so it's currently taking PV power from a battery. But anyway, I'll show you how to pull it apart in the rest of this video. If you know something about them, let me know as soon as you can. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. It's a 4000 watt 3.6 kilowatt hour mega power bank. Alright guys, so we did a thing. I brought a Allpowers R4000. It's a 4000 watt output, 3600 watt storage, 48 volt, 90 something amp hour? No, 75 amp hour. Lithium iron phosphate power bank. All your charging inputs and outputs. It can take an EV charger. Now I bought it with a glitch. Let me show you what it does. You flick the big breaker on. Turn it on. It wakes up. It says it's got a 0% state of charge and has no battery details. So it's either going to be some kind of software issue, because obviously at 0% state of charge we can't turn our outputs on or off. So I'm really hoping that it is a BMS that needs resetting. It's glitched out and it doesn't want to communicate with the software on the thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take the negative terminal off the battery, or unplug the BMS, or both. So we've got some screws across the top here. Let's take this top off first, see what we see inside. Okay, first thing we see when we take the lid off, we've got a control board in the front here. We have a cord that goes to a speaker up in there. We then have what I'm going to say is probably the inverter box, and then I can see a BMS cable set up down there. So I'm going to say next step in, it's going to be under this. So let's get some tags there, 6 of them, and see if we can't lean it over to the side or something and see what it does when we get them screws out. So we've got some kind of bar there which goes into this top box, which I can't lift up. Appears to get caught there. So we'll just have to open up this top box and see what's in there. And it appears it's an inverter / an inverter charger by the looks of things. So that's actually a bus bar coming up. So I think we might have to try and I don't know. This is getting interesting fast. It appears there's a couple of screws up the top. I'm going to take them out and see if this side panel comes off. And it does. So that's all battery in the base by the looks of things. Some control boards in there, but it seems to be all battery. Got a couple of XT60s back here. That looks like our main breaker one, because there's a circuit breaker on the back there. We want to see this side of the battery to see if we can see that BMS. And here's our BMS. Give it a positive rail around there. Let's grab the multimeter out and see what we can see. It doesn't make much sense that it's not communicating with the front. Let's see if we've got an excessively high or low battery voltage or something of that nature. Yeah, we've got our main rails. There's our negative rail, there's our positive rail. So we should have something around 48 volts there. So it's a 48 volt lithium iron phosphate battery. And 220 volt inverter. Let's go with the multimeter. So, when we get out, doesn't matter which way the leads go, but it's always better to do it properly. We get 44.9 volts. Let's just turn the AC power onto it. We get a buzz up top here. Some noise out of the charger. And 50 volts down here. Put it up here. 54 volts. Let's turn that AC power back off. Let's turn the main breaker on. Okay, main breaker's on. Doing it again, the wrong way with our leads. Seven volts. Wake the unit up. Unit's awake. $50 volts. $50 volts. 50 volts. $50 volts. Now, which leg of a BMS is normally switched? It's normally the negative. We've got there and there. So if we take those two terminals off the BMS, it's still on, it's just asleep. Turn the AC power on, we get a couple of cooling fans and a bit of a hum. Does our voltage get above 50? $51.3. Going up. So what is fully charged for a... I really wish I could plug straight into that BMS. What's fully charged for a lithium iron phosphate battery? What's that terminal there? Is that battery side terminals? It is battery negative. Let's see what the battery's actually got. Let's turn the AC power off. So we want battery negative in there. 50.4. We can do a continuity. The BMS is on. So the AC power's off, but the fans up top are still running. Let's give it a hard power down by disconnecting main cell positive. From the circuitry up top. Let's do this one. See what happens. Let's power it down, turn it off. Let's turn it off with the breaker then. Pull that apart, see what happens. Alright, so it appears this top board's actually a MPPT. It says 2000 watt MPPT, 12/150 volt input, 54 volts, 40 amps output, so it's a 40 amp charger. Still managed to get nothing registered on the screen. It should be stating all of these, but it doesn't tell you any of them. So there's going to be some kind of communications cables. In there. There's one there, they've got glue on them, connectors are in them. I reckon they might be temperature. And that red one's got two cables. Goes over there. You can see most of the ones in there. These are all your AC outputs. That's your AC that comes down there. Better keep looking. So I'm starting to really think it's a software thing. Everything's plugged in. BMS is working. The BMS would not work if it had anything missing. The MPPT is working. I've currently got it connected to a 12 volt battery on the back side, which is pulling about 8 amps out of the 12 volt battery. So it's charging off a car battery. Still no registering anything here at all. So the fact that it's got no details at all says more to me that it's software. So I'm going to try and do a software update on it. It had 1 million trouble codes in its data log. If anyone knows anything about these, let me know and see if I can find one with a newer version than that and see what I can do. Anyway, it's an Allpowers 4500. The battery's fine. The inverter seems to be there. The MPPT's there. So, I probably haven't lost. I paid $800 for it. I'll see if I can't get some newer software. If you know anything about these, hit me up quick as you can. Thanks guys, we'll get this thing working and start using it. Thanks for watching.